having some volume issues. I do think it might be microphone related, but I'm not certain. So we're going to start off the live making sure that we have a clear connection. Do we have a clear connection? So Breaker 19, do you read me, good buddies? Breaker 19, do you read me, good buddies? Okay. Loud and clear. That's a clear copy. Okay, clear copy. Good. Okay. So thank you for jumping back on. So sorry about that. It's one of the most frustrating things ever, is to have technical difficulties when you have people who have no patience at all. Did y'all happen to read the sweet lady's comment right before I ended the first live, who goes, "This is getting real tiring, having to deal with Lester and his volume issues." You think you're tired of it? How you think I feel, you old sweet lady? You old hag? You old hag of a sweet lady? You think you're frustrated? What about me? All you gotta do is complain about it. I gotta find a way to fix it. And that's not easy. You think I like walking around with volume issues? So what I think the situation was, I think the problem is the microphone. The blue, come on, you coming out? I think that the problem, and I told you guys this a long time ago when I was first gifted the mic, I had told you about previous situations that Buddy and Stephanie had dealt with. Some embarrassing situations where Buddy and Stephanie had recorded very long and lengthy videos using their mics, just to come to find out when they went to edit their videos that there was no volume and all of the footage that was wasted. Yeah, all of the footage was wasted. And then Jason Brooke over at Cog Hill have talked about similar things where Jason be out working all day making a video, and you never know it's not working until you go in later to try to edit your videos and you find out that you had no volume the whole day. And so I had played around with microphones before, and I just learned not to use them because of the what ifs. But I'll tell you what, I think it was Lisa. I think it was sweet Lisa who gifted me that microphone. And I saw it was a really good brand. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to try it. And I stuck it on, and I think that for the most part, you guys really like it. I think that you enjoy it, appreciate it. But there are those days when for some reason you're not able to grab a connection. So I do not apologize for the technical difficulty. I apologize for the poor piss-ass mood that one lady woke up in. That one lady woke up in a piss-poor mood, what my mom and dad would say. Boy, you're in a piss-poor mood, ain't you? You're in a piss-poor mood, lady. Good morning, kiddos. Are y'all ready to go out and get to work? Who is ready to go get some work done around here? Huh? Who's ready to go get some work done around here, huh? Well, good, because we need to get y'all working. Y'all need to get to working. Stella, they don't need you to go check on them. Stella's like 1, 2, 3. I lost my count. 4. Stella, they don't need you to count them, baby. I think that they're going to be fine. They're going to come fly out of there as soon as Stella leaves. We parked the side-by-side here underneath the red barn because I have all of these horse blankets in the back. I've not looked at the weather. I don't want to roll them all back up if we're going to need them again in the next couple of days. So I'm going to wait and let Jamie tell me what to do with them. because that's, believe it or not, it's a lot of work to roll up all of those blankets to roll the right way. I could take them and just throw them inside the trailer, but guys, I'm not that kind of a guy. You may think that I am, but I'm not. I do not like a mess. So I'm going to take them and roll them back up, but only when I know we're done with them. Good morning. I'm actually in a really good mood. I slept wonderful. I got a full 8-hour sleep last night. I got in a hot tub. Well, good morning, sweet baby chickens. Here's the chickens. Good morning. Hi. You come to see what I'm doing? I'm just about to do the green hay, feed the horses. You guys, okay, well, this green hay seems to be fine. We don't see any issues here. Well, that's nice. Thank you for your approval. Would y'all like some scratch? Or off you go? Off you go? Well, where'd you come from? Right between my legs. That rooster ran right between my legs. Well, there y'all go. Go have fun. Go forth and do your jobs. Sweet babies. Aren't they cute? Oh boy. Guys, guess what? Loretta is by herself down the hill with Chuck only. Loretta is down the hill with only Chuck. Guys, Loretta is off by herself. Hear me. Breaker 19, breaker 19, breaker 19, breaker 19. Loretta is off down the hill. Loretta is down the hill. Can you all hear me? Do I have a clear copy that Loretta is off by herself down the hill? Loretta is down the hill. Chuck has gone down to take care of her. How sweet is that? Loretta is away from the herd, and she's down the hill. I hope it's a clear copy. All the other cows are here by the feed buggies, and we will check on Loretta. I'm not going to go spook her. Guys, I'm not going to go spook her. Let her be for a minute. We will check on Loretta, though, before this is over and done. This green hay looks really good. It's like really good hay. I'm sitting in the front seat right there. Christy's not going to be happy. Christmas is not going to be pleased that I took her spot with green hay. Neither will Stella. They'll just have to run along beside me. Could today be the day for our sweet Loretta to have that calf? I don't know. She does not have a cat. Well, get with your friends. Y'all better go find your friends. Oh, they're like, hey, we would like some grain. Okay, guys, give me a moment to feed these babies a little scratch. They want a little scratch. I'll give you some scratch. Hold on. I got some right here inside my barn. Stella, don't spook my chicken. Stella? Stella! Don't run them away, Stella. They're hungry. They want some scratch. Stella, they didn't eat all that. Move. You move. Stella, please. Stella, please. Stella and Christmas. Do you mind? I know you only want to help, girls, but you just scared those chickens away. And they were hoping for some scratch this morning. Oh, man. Guys, did you all hear what I just heard? A very faint A very faint crow. Oh my gosh. Baby, there's not much space. Come on, Hong Kong, fool yourself. You don't have very far to get on there, though. This is going to be real hard. This is going to be real tough. If you insist on riding, there's not much space. Get up there. Go, Stella. Go. Go. Stella, go. Stella, there's nowhere to sit. See, that's what I was talking about. There's nowhere to sit. Come on, Stella. Get up on the... Come on, Stella. Make them legs work. Okay. We're going to make this work. I love you, but there's not much space for us on here this morning. We have no space for Chrissy at all. Christmas is on her own. All right, let's turn this camera around, okay? So, in case you guys are wondering, we did start a live stream this morning, and I was on for about 5 minutes when I realized that there was no volume. I checked the blue fuzzy mic, it said it was on. I checked my Bluetooth, it said it was connected. I checked my volume controls. I checked all of the things, and everything said it should have been working properly, but it wasn't. I did the whole breaker 19, and no one could hear me. Good morning, love. No one could hear me. So what I did was had to stop the entire live stream and start it all over fresh. I did a quick phone shutdown and restart, and I think that everything's working fine now. Hope that everything's working fine now. We're gonna walk over here or drive over here and go ahead and feed, drop off some morning hay. If you guys can't see far enough up into the distance, Carl is having a little chase, having a little flirty time. Let me zoom in for you. That's a game of chase happening. Party dress engaged. Party dress engaged. She has dropped her party dress down to her ankles. Could you be a lady? Could you just be a lady? And she's twerking it. She's got her party dress dropped down low and she's twerking it. And Carl, though, says, well, now I'm out of energy. Now I'm done out of energy now. You made me run so much. Gosh. Okay. Well, you know what? I cannot. Look, even the horses think it's the most ridiculous thing ever. Even the horses are like appalled. They're just appalled that Carl would go through so much effort. And when he finally wins the prize, now he's out of energy. That reminds me of a fun story. How many times have you gone out with your man? You go out on the town and you're enjoying each other's company. Maybe you're having a wonderful dinner, maybe having a few drinks. And boy, you start feeling good. You feeling frisky. And you know it's gonna go down. It's about to go down. But the problem is, in all of that drinking, oh no, I need 2 hands for this. In all of that fun y'all were having with dinner and dancing and drinking, he done got tired. He done got himself tired. By the time you get back home and you're ready to get frisky, he's like on the couch like, he's done wore himself out. I know you're here. I know you're over there, sweetie. I'm trying to pass this green hay out. Worst thing about not having a microphone with me as I walk around is I can't talk to you when I walk. I have to come back and talk to you over here. Sorry. I will say that this hay is really good hay. It's holding. You can see how flaky it is. It looks real flaky. And Roman absolutely approves. He's like, you know what? I don't even feel like leaning over. I'm so tired. I'm just gonna let Dad hold it for me. This beauty by my side. Oh, I never will forget the way you look tonight. Well, there you go, guys. All of the horses have been fed. They're all happily nibbling on their green hay. Tina and Debbie have come up for a little bite of some green hay as well. I tossed it over right there by your feet, sweetie. Don't step on it. Don't step on it. Baby, you're stepping on your green hay, baby. Baby, you're stepping on your hay. And poor Debbie needs a bite. There you go. Jolly has all of his girls over here in a pile around the feed. He took the entire family out to eat, guys. Jolly has taken the entire family to eat. Jolly is such a family man. He's taking the whole family out to eat. Look at him over there. He got the entire family. Jolly has gotten the whole family gathered around the feed buggy to eat, okay? That's so funny. Oh, Jolly. Come on, girls. Come on, Stella. Hong Kong Phooey it up there, sweetie. Hong Kong Phooey. Come on. Come on, Hong Kong Phooey. Let's go. Up, 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 up. Stella, please. Hong Kong Phooey yourself up there. Oh, Lordy. Stella, you're going to be the end of me. Come on. Move, Trixie. You don't need help getting up. Get up there. All right. You girls sit down and hold on, okay? Can y'all just sit down and hold on? Everybody on. All right. Well, we are off. Hope you guys are enjoying that beautiful sunrise here in Texas. We're going to have another beautiful day. This will be our third day in a row of just, actually fourth, fifth, Saturday and Sunday, Monday. So 5 days in a row of just beautiful. It has been a little chilly at night. You guys do know that with clear skies, it makes for beautiful days, but cooler nighttime temps. So just gorgeous weather. I feel so bad for Mary, more so than Jeff. Jeff's a tough guy. He can deal with it, but I feel bad for Mary, who was excited about having some beautiful Texas weather to come down and defrost and all of the things. And she ended up coming down and it had a little cold front come with them. And they had some cool, wet weather. And I feel bad for her. I really do. I really do. But as soon as, well, it's weird. As soon as Mary left, the weather got beautiful again. Mary? Mary. Now, you girls are not going to get off. You're going to stay on the side-by-side, okay? You're going to stay on the side-by-side. You hear me? I didn't think that would work. Those guys heading northbound don't really have an eye on what we're doing. Oh boy, here we go. Dude, he got him. We got him there at the last minute. You guys hold on 1 second. We ain't going. We're going to do this today. Big truck. Boom. Come on, everybody. Pump it. Pump it. Pump it. Pump it. There you go. Nicely done, everybody. Stella, stay on there. Stay on there. I do not want Stella getting off the side-by-side. So far, okay, turn around. You can turn, guys, look at all the green hay. Look at it. What a mess. What a mess, huh? Just what a mess. We won't stay here long. I got the girls. We won't stay long unless we get a couple more. And we're doing this for Monty. We're doing this for Mr. Monty, guys. Anybody who does not know that story, guy's not looking. Anyone who doesn't know the story knows. If you've not heard the story, you don't know. But anyone who has heard the story knows the joy that there's a man right now. There's a man right this minute, a 58-year-old man sitting on his couch, maybe laying in bed still, maybe got a cup of coffee, and he's right here with us in spirit. And he's so excited watching these truck drivers come down through here, because this was the passion of his that he did for so many years. Well, guys, some days you don't see as many trucks as you do on others. And as far as I can see, I don't see any big rigs coming this way. I see a few on the other side over here. They probably don't see me though. I doubt they'd be looking over here. They're keeping their eyes on the road. Every once in a while, you'll see one look over here. Thank you, buddy. That was for you, Mr. Monty. And here we got one more coming our way. We'll try to grab him if we can. Last one. It's not an 18. Is it an 18-wheeler? I don't know. Yeah, he just... I'm sorry to say this, but he literally rolled his eyes at me. That fella there just rolled his eyes at me. I could see his... There's a tanker for Monty. There's a tanker for Monty. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, boy! You're not letting me down today, boys! You're not letting me down today. One more! Yes! Oh, there's another one right there. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Yes! You did not disappoint today, truckers. You came through for me. The one fella rolled his eyes at me like an idiot. And I don't know why. What's so weird about this? What is so weird about this right over here? There's something weird about this. He's like, oh, that's special, guys. A special little guy there with this dog. A special little guy and his dog. So sad. Someone needs to come get him. Someone needs to come get that special guy with his Woody hat and his dog. Hey, Carl, good morning. I saw you done run yourself ragged. You think you got it in you? You think you got it in you, Carl? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. On your mark, get set, and go, go, go. Here's a good one this morning. No, 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 no. Dang it. Ah. Well, that was fun. That was some fun. That was some fun right there. All right, let's walk around and just have ourselves a little peek and see what part of the pasture Loretta has walked herself over to, because I see Chuck has walked over here. We also have to feed the horses, the neighbor's horses. Oh, Loretta is over here at the hay roll. Loretta has come to the roll of hay. Okay, that guys, that happens. Now listen, there was a reason why she was off down that hill by herself. There was a reason that Loretta had walked down that hill by herself. We don't know that reason, do we? But there was a reason. So what we're going to have to do is try to figure that reason out throughout the course of the day. I'm going to grab a flake of hay for the horses, okay? Maybe I'll grab these two, because this is some good hay. They're going to love this. Come on, girls. Come out of here. I don't want them girls to scare my chickens around. I put down that scratch. Morning. Hello. Good morning. How's it going this morning? You guys care for a bite of green hay? It's the good stuff. It's the real good stuff. Here you go. Uh-oh. Okay, well, guys, what we're going to do is make you aware that the animal portion of our video... Why are those chickens following me everywhere? Here they come. Why are the chickens following me around? Guys, what have I done to become the chicken king? Are you all here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're all here. What have I done to become the chicken king? So if you're saying they're probably hungry, I don't think so. But I will also say I did put out scratch this morning. So maybe they're just curious what I'm up to. Maybe they just want to come say hi. Maybe they enjoy being on camera. So whoever just said, feed them, guys, I already fed them. You jump on late, and I fed them already. We put out scratch this morning. We spread scratch all around their feed, their room. But it'd be foolish to bring out double scratch and spread it over here, because as I walk over there, they're going to all leave this area. So let's just let them be. They're just chickens, and they sometimes will run around aimlessly. If you know anything about chickens, you know they run around aimlessly. And no, take that comment back. I'm not scolding you. I'm not scolding. I'm just saying I've already fed them. Let's not be quite so defensive. There's only one lady who I scolded this morning, and it was the one that announce to all of us that she's getting so tired of all these issues with the microphone, with the volume. It's like, you think we planned that? Why would anyone plan a technical difficulty? No one, I've never known anybody plan a technical difficulty and get a kick from it. That's actually one of the hardest things to do, is keep your composure while you're having tech difficulties, because you sometimes can't control them. Can't control signal strength, can't control internet, can't control volume, sometimes can't control freezing, lagging. And I promise we want to give you a quality product. Think about that for a minute. And then I'll take you inside for a cup of coffee. Heck, let's go inside for the coffee now. Think about that for a minute. I want to bring you a quality product. What I mean is, I want to give you shots like this, moments like this. That's, to me, the picture speaks 1,000 words. You're probably saying, yeah, so just shut up. Let's just shut up, Lester. Let's enjoy the moment. But a quality product, healthy animals, dogs taking a ride with their human on the side-by-side, looking so happy to be a part of a routine, a program. Your cows getting along, maybe new birth, new life on the ranch. Horses being blanketed. Hope you saw Jamie's video. Animals being fed, even those that don't belong to us. Christmas lights are glittering, you know, and you want to bring quality product. What we do in our video productions is our product. And you want it to be quality. There ain't no way we want to have an inferior product to the other guys, other creators. Oh, did y'all want to go see that piece of property? I don't have my glasses on. Do y'all want to go see that piece of property that we talked about yesterday? Or do y'all want to just wait and do that in the video? I could take my drone up in a video. Let's get a cup of coffee while you guys are thinking about it. While you guys are making up your minds, let me just pour myself a cup of coffee, and then I'll let you think a little bit about it. And then maybe we'll just go ahead and talk about it too, for those who want to talk about it. And I have my glasses here. Okay, put you guys right there. And I will make my cup of coffee. I'm going to pour a cup of coffee to go. I'm going to make you one for the road so we can go drive. We're ready. Christmas, you just stay here where you're warm. I wish Stella would come inside. Come on, Stella, come inside, baby. You want to come inside? You don't want to come in? Stella's not coming in. Darn it. Stella's going to choose to stay outside. All right, let's just go take a quick peek at that piece of property. Now remember, guys, if you don't know what's going on with this piece of property, let me explain it to you real fast. I would say 2 years ago, when we first got the loan on this property, I was, started working over here, and we knew right away that there was going to be an issue here next door. We also was able to meet the lady. I actually met her, the one who owns this 5 acres right here. Now remember something, that the guy who has the cows and those horses is over here. His animals don't belong here. He just lets them run here because he knows that the lady's never around. So this is not that guy's property. Then there's a third guy. So there's three people. Raymond, Sharon, and Dick. All right, so there's three people. Raymond, 22 acres. Sharon, 5 acres. And Dick, 25 acres. All right, now listen. Sharon is the one who I met. She actually came up my driveway one day. I was over here working. This is early on. She came up my driveway and she asked me, could we give her permission to use my driveway to access her property? She says she's been landlocked off. And I said in a very kind and respectful way, I says, Miss Sharon, I says, with all due respect, I says, I'm not going to be able to allow you to use my driveway to access your property. I said, I have animals here. I have equipment here. I said, I don't have a home. I'm not living here. I said, so I'd be very uncomfortable knowing that people are using my driveway, passing right by my equipment, possibly leaving a gate open for my animals. I said, so I am not going to be able to give you permission to use my driveway. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. Woo-wee! She was not happy with me. Oh boy, she was not happy with me at all. And her exact words, hey, get on, Hong Kong Phooey. Come on, let's go. Hong Kong Phooey. Lord. She was not happy with me. And she says, well, I sure was hoping that you'd be more neighborly. She goes, the last guy was neighborly. And then I re-explained to her again. I says, ma'am, it's nothing about being neighborly. It's just the fact that these animals are too valuable to me. Come on, Hong Kong Phooey. There you go. Good girl. These animals are too valuable to me to end up risking losing them on the highway if someone leaves a gate open. All right. So she didn't like it. She didn't like it, but it is what it is. And so we did exchange numbers. And so I waited a little while. Then I gave her a call. And in that phone call, I offered to buy her land. I thought, you know what? I'll just go ahead and help her out a little bit and help myself out. I'll go ahead and offer to buy her 5 acres. And I thought that would be a wonderful idea because it's literally, let me just go show you real fast. Look, we have a bull pushing a ball. Well, that didn't last long. He plopped it down. That did not last long at all. So the 5 acres that I'm talking about, it's real simple. It's a square. It's a square. It's a big square. But what I like about it is it's right here behind the JL Motel. I'll show you. So remember, this here belongs to Sharon. Just remember that name, Sharon, okay? Now, I hope Stella does not get off. Let me show you. So Sharon's property, there's a fence right here behind this brush. She has a fence that runs down this way. And her other fence is the one over there past the horses. And it runs down that way. I guess that motorhome, that old RV, would belong to them. And it's only 5 acres. So it goes down far enough to be 5 acres. There's no flooding. There's no creek. There's no water source. But it is 5 acres. And Miss Sharon has been completely landlocked off of it. She has no access. Because Mr. Dick lives over here. He has access to his property from that back road. All right, so we're going to go down and show you Mr. Raymond's property right here now, okay? Why did you get off, sweetie? If the side-by-side's running, you have to stay on. Guys, I cannot stop and keep picking her up. She's killing my shoulders. Come on. Up, 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 up. Come on. Come on. Up, 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 up. Come on. Up, 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 up. Come on. Up, 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 up. Come on, baby. Up, 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 up. Hong Kong food. Okay, so this here belongs to Miss Sharon, and I got Miss Sharon's phone number and I called her. She answered, and I reminded her who I was. She remembered, and I says, Miss Sharon, I says, I was thinking, and I've been doing some budgeting, and I says, I'd be more than happy if you'd be willing to sell me your property. I would like to buy it from you. And I told her, I says, I want to one day have me a home. I think your property would be a great spot for me to, and I just kind of laid it on, all right? And so she heard me out, but her reply was real simple. We have no interest in selling. Okay. Coffee clinks, guys, to you all. Coffee clinks to you all. All right, here we go. So, now I've never met this fella. We've met Dick many times, but I've never met this fella. But I did get his number from the pastor. The first time I met the pastor, I expressed to him my interest in buying additional property here, and I told him the entire story about Miss Sharon. Well, he says that's typical her. He knows her. He knows all these folks here. They all used to go to the same church, his church. So he was not surprised that Miss Sharon would be that way. Anyway, but this over here belongs to a guy named Mr. Raymond. Mr. Raymond has 22 acres here, and this is the property that comes right behind the pastor's home. All right, Mr. Raymond. He gave me Mr. Raymond's phone number, and I called Mr. Raymond. This is around the same time. And I says, Mr. Raymond, I'm Lester Morrow, blah, blah, blah. I bought the property right next door to you. I live right behind the pastor. I know you got some property over there. And I says, I would love to purchase that property from you if you'd be willing to sell it. I said, I'll give you the same dollar amount that I paid for the property I bought here per acre, the acre breakdown. And he was not mean, but he says he doesn't have a clear title. He says he would be interested, but he does not have a clear title. And so I asked Stephanie what that meant. And Stephanie told me that someone without a clear title means that more than likely the land is tied up in some kind of a lien. There's a lien against it or something. There's a lien. He has a loan against this property more than likely. And that's why he does not have clear title. So I'm on that property now. So there's 22 acres here. And then I said, okay. I says, I understand. I says, well, if you ever figure all that out and you'd be willing to potentially let me have it, I'd love to buy it from you. Now, like I said last night when I said this, when I talked about this story, I don't know Mr. Raymond, and he does not know me. He doesn't know me from the next guy. And then don't forget that people who had land in their family for a long time, like the Morrow land there at the hill, sometimes you have a hard time getting rid of it, moving it along, selling it to others, right? And so I just realized he was a guy who had no interest in selling his piece of property. So I left it alone. And I had not come back to revisit the idea, even though I have come over and mowed it a few times, just because, mostly to keep predators away from our property. And then the pastor come up to visit me about a month ago when I was getting ready for the Meet the Morrows and I was going to use that driveway. I called the pastor and I asked permission to have people come out there at his driveway, and I explained to him what we were doing. Now, the pastor had no idea that I did anything with social media, and he was surprised to hear that we're going to have people come over to the property, and he wanted to know more about it. So I said, well, come up and have a cup of coffee with me. Let's talk, and I'll tell you all about it. So the pastor came over one day, and he and I sat there together there on the front porch, sharing a cup of coffee. Not the same cup, not the same cup of coffee. We were sharing coffee. We had some coffee. We did not share a cup of coffee. You know what I mean. But we were having a cup of coffee together. Not the same cup, though. I'm messing with you. Okay? And at that point, I told the pastor my interest in potentially buying some more property. And I told the pastor why I would like to buy more property. I said, we're kind of outgrowing what we have here now. I said, I still have alpaca, and I have donkeys, and I have goats and pigs. And I said, I've been trying to think of ways I could plan this all out, and I just don't know how I would do it. I could keep cross-fencing, but every time you cross-fence, that means you're taking more and more away from the animals that are grazing it now. And so the pastor was very kind, and he goes, I know this fella here. He goes, I'll give him a call. And I'm like, well, Pastor, I don't mean to involve you. I wasn't trying to get you involved. Do not get down. If you get down, you're on your own. You will be running back home. Anyway, so the pastor gave him a call, and sure enough, he put us in contact. Now, what the pastor did, I think, was convinced him that I'm not some kind of developer. I don't have plans to take his property and do all kinds of crazy things with it. I just want to make it an extension of my property. And the pastor told him about the ostriches and about the cows and about the horses and about how beautiful the pastures are and how I mow and keep up with everything. And so when I finally had a chance to talk to Mr. Raymond, and we had a chance to kind of have more of a friendly conversation, he said that he spoke to the pastor, and he vouched for me that my intentions were right. And he says he's older, he's an 80-year-old man, and he says he doesn't use the property, he doesn't utilize it. He says, and you know what? I guess he would rather go ahead and sell it while he's still alive instead of having himself pass and people go to court to fight over it. And I says, okay, sir. I says, I know that your land is not developed as far as there's no water, there's no electricity run to it. And I says, but I'll still be willing to give you the same dollar amount that I paid per acre for my land, because I just feel like that would be generous, that would be fair. And he says, okay. He goes, it sounds good to me. He goes, but I'm going to have to refer you to, I don't know if it's an attorney or if it's an agent, but I don't think that Mr. Raymond really wanted to get into all the nitty-gritty part of it the same way I don't. And so without just two guys shaking hands and making a payment arrangement plan, he wanted me to talk to somebody else. And I says, Mr. Raymond, I'm not really a businessman. I said, so if you don't mind, I'm going to also let our real estate agent talk to this person so that they know what they're doing. I don't. And he thought that was fine. So he gave me all the information, and I passed it along to Stephanie. And so at this point, we all have our fingers crossed, and we just have our hopes that Stephanie can contact the other person, and they can figure out a way to make this deal happen. And like I says, I will not, and I do not want to count my chickens until the eggs hatch, as they say. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you real fast. From this pond forward, never seen any flooding whatsoever. It does not. It all runs downhill. Now, I would say that from this pond, there's a berm around this pond. You can see I'm walking on that berm right now. This has to be cleaned up, guys. If you're just seeing raw, untamed land, that is in fact what it is. It needs to be mowed and cleaned up bad. Now, here's the downfall of this property. Look at all these deer been coming through here. This is a deer track right here. From here and back, when it rains a lot, it will flood. That little piece of tree you see there, there's a creek that runs right there. I'm going to drive you back. Don't worry, I'll drive you back. But this property extends all the way back to that far tree line and then beyond. But there's a creek. So that creek actually cuts off the very back side of the property. So, in saying so, that would be a little bit of a fencing nightmare to know that you have a piece of property that's divided by a creek. Now, eventually, could you put a culvert and have your animals have a way to cross over? Yes, but even our animals, you see our cows cross our dry creek all the time, and they don't use our culverts. So it's not unheard of. But what I think I would do is utilize this area in this corner, come back about as far as I want to, and clean it all up nice, include the pond. Of course, I would go across to the side over here, and I would utilize this. I would say this is probably, what, 10, 12 acres? This is every bit as big as our bullpen. This area could be utilized like crazy, guys. You could just utilize the heck out of this, and you would have no fears of flooding. There is a pond. Now, how we would utilize it exactly, I don't know. I don't know if, I know for a fact you would have your goats, your pigs, your donkeys, your alpaca, and there is a pond for your pigs to wallow. The tree line, there's not a lot of actual trees in the pasture. You got these 3-4 pine trees here. You do have a tree line that is a part of the property. There's a fence that runs right through there, but I would have to put a new fence up. And then you have a tree line over here that's a part of the property. All of this, I don't know how you could utilize it. You could open it up for grazing by putting a simple barbed wire fence around it and have your cows use it as long as it's not flooding. But I don't think I'd want the goats and the pigs going this far back by fear of predator. Now, with your donkeys and with your alpaca, I think that we're pretty safe. And of course, once it's mowed out, you'd be a whole lot less likely to deal with anything like that. But it's a really beautiful piece of property. And I have seen it mowed. I've seen it mowed. I mowed it myself the first time. So I know how beautiful it can look. Let's go ahead and jump on the side by side and keep driving. Come on, Stella. But what I was thinking to myself was that'd be a great place to put Chuck and the heifers. Think about it. Every year, we're going to have more heifers. So next year, we're going to have to separate Caroline, Calamity Jane, my darling Clementine. We're going to always have heifers, Libby. We're going to always have yearling heifers who we do not want to get bred, who we're going to have to separate. Come on, baby, please do it. Please get up here on your own. Please. She goes, Dad, I know in real life you love to help me. I know in real life you love to help me, so I'm not going to take that away from you, Dad. Gosh, Della, but I don't. I will, but I don't. Go. She goes, wow, that was not very sweet. You don't have to grab me by the cooch and throw me in, Dad. I didn't, Stella. I just put my hands between your legs. All right, y'all, hold on. We're going down this hill. So I'm going to show you now the area of the property that is prone to flooding. And it only floods when the water when it comes up really high. But it does not come past this pond area, okay? We've only seen the water get that high a couple of times. This is gonna be pretty wild. I think you may enjoy this. Hold on, Stella. Stella's scared. Look at her. So all of this is that low-lying area that still needs to be cleaned up. Absolutely. Needs to be mowed out and grazed. Now don't get me wrong, the goats would have themselves a field day down here. But I don't have enough goats to even put a dent in this. I don't. Now it's hard to see, but right through that clearing is the creek. That's the same creek that does flood when it rains enough. But the piece of property does extend past that. I don't know if I can show you that creek any better. There's a creek right there. Here's that creek right here beside me. See, it drops almost straight down. What I don't want to do is run into it. Where's it at? I see the creek right there. Where's it at though? Where's it go? I don't want to run into it. Sometimes this foliage can grow right across the top of it. I'm being real cautious here. Okay, let me see something here. Guys, I may have just discovered something. Look, I think that there is a culvert here because there's the creek right there, and I do believe I can drive right across it here. There's the creek. And I've just driven right across it. So there must be an old culvert there. So the cows do have access to the back of the property after all. Oh, that's good. So there is access to this part back here without having to go through the creek. I did not know that. I'm trying to find my way around, guys. First time being back here. There's the creek. You all see it right there, right? that tree's too big to run over. Stella, hold on, love. Okay, hold on, we're stuck. We'll put it into 2-wheel drive. There we go. We have 2-wheel and we have 4-wheel, guys. Don't worry. All right, well, that's good. Now, I don't see a way to keep going further back. So I don't really know where I'm at, actually. I need to try at some point try to turn back to where I came from. So I think the point of the matter is you can see that it gets pretty darn thick back here. Oh, I'm in the creek, back up. There's the creek. Let's go around. Let's try to go back the way we came, maybe. Hold on, Stelly. I want to go right through there. If y'all are riding, y'all better hold on. If any of y'all are riding along, you hope you're holding on. No kamikazing right now, ladies. No kamikazing right now, please. Okay? No Titanicing, ladies. You don't want to be Titanicing right now. Ooh, hold on, Stella. She's grabbed my leg. Yo. She grabbed onto my leg. Baby, I got you, sweetie. Okay with daddy, okay? I got you. Okay? I got you, love. Hold on to daddy's leg. Just hold on to daddy's leg and I'll take care of you, okay? Poor Stella. So I know that a lot of people are saying, I wouldn't pay a penny over whatever for that property. That's a bunch of trash. Guys, do you not remember how property looks when you buy it? How sometimes you got to put in some work to clean it? And so I don't really look at it necessarily as how much work it's going to take. I see a lot of tractor, some chainsaws, and just some basic clearing. And then what you do is you start at the beginning and you work your way back. But hey, like I said, as of right now, it's just all kind of a dream. A way to be able to extend the property by a few acres and get all the animals over here together, all part of our 5-year plan, without having to necessarily go and cross fence all of the pastures that we have now. We could do it. I think I talked just recently about the possibilities of fencing some stuff right there for our pigs along in the front, but this might even be better. All right, so now we're coming back up on that pond area. And then the last thing that I want to show you is how cute the driveway is getting over here to it. It does have its very own driveway that I more than likely, there we go, So there's our place right over there. We did it, Stella. You did a good job, sweetie. Let me show you the driveway going over here to it, which is really cute. It needs some rock, needs some work, but it is really pretty. All of this is part of land. Here's the fence line right here. There's the fence line right there. Going right down that tree line is the fence line. So this over here belongs to the pastor, okay? Here's some old culverts that they had brought in here at some point, maybe to do some stuff with. So this here is the pastor's property here to the right. The driveway belongs, this is the right-of-way to get to Mr. Raymond's property. Just a really cute winding driveway that needs a couple of loads of rock, absolutely. But you'd be coming off the highway right here beside the pastor's really beautiful pond area. Anyway, this is the pastor's home here. And the driveway comes right here. The same drive as what we turn into our second driveway. You would just turn and go to the right. And that's where Carl gets his prayer meetings right there. So now you have an idea where we're at in relation to our property, the pastor's home. Hey, Carl. I did not come to race you, buddy. We did not come to race, Carl. We just come to say hi. I don't have any intention of moving Carl away from this pasture here. I think this is a great pasture for Carl. Him and the girls do very well. They don't need shelter. They don't care to be in shelter. They have a shelter, but they just don't go into it, hardly ever. And there you have it, guys. There you have it. All right. So, like I said, it's the property straight across over there. It would be just one really big 22-acre extension of the bullpen, except it wouldn't be for bulls. It'd be for alpaca, goats, and pigs, and the donkeys, Chucky Poo, and our heifers. And every year, you know we're going to have heifers that are going to rotate through, right? You understand how that works. So Chucky will always have friends, but not necessarily have to ever go through the whole scuffle with the bulls. That would keep Chucky Poo from having to ever go through any more scuffles with our bulls, all right? So just an idea, something that's in the works. These things don't happen overnight, so you never know really what the timeline may be. And don't get me wrong, they could come back and absolutely refuse our offer. And then I would say that I would be foolish, guys. I would. It would be foolish to pay more for that property that is only halfway, only half of it is out of the floodplain. It would be foolish to pay more for a property that is prone to flooding, or at least the back half is, then, and it's not developed. That's what I told Stephanie, just a couple of things to remember. If this guy tries to like hardball us, is that the word, hardball? Lowball, whatever. If the guy tries to lowball us or highball us, whatever, just a few things to remember is that it's not developed. There's no running water. There's no power. Which, for what I need, I wouldn't need it to be developed. Also, half of it is in a floodplain where it floods every time a heavy rain comes. You're going to have water go across that back pasture. So those are some things you have to think about. So if that guy, and I'm not saying it's Mr. Raymond necessarily, but if whoever is negotiating with Stephanie, if they don't understand that, I feel like we gave a very generous and a very fair offer, And to me, it's worth it because it brings all of our babies together, all of our animals together. It'll require some fencing, obviously. It'll require a barn. Yes, it'll require some work. But it's right here. And that light pole right there has that big old bright light that shines right down on that corner, which would be the great and best place for a barn. So, guys, I've kept you long enough. I know you got other channels. I think my dad's live now, so I'm going to let you guys go. Thank y'all for watching. We love you so much and blessed to have you. We'll see you at the noon and 3 o'clock videos if you have time. And then, of course, we'll see you back over here tonight for our feed up on our live at 5. Okay, have a wonderful day. Chef kisses to you all. We love you. Sorry again for the technical difficulties. And you guys, well, stay blessed, guys. Thank you so much. Love you. Mwah!